Hello and welcome back to Hof Bergmann. Right, so I've been really busy in between episodes. Honestly, I've been really busy. And I've been drying out all the grain. So all the 15, I think I had 15 canisters that we produced in the last episode. They've all gone bar one. And a little bit left in this one. That's how much biogas I've actually used to dry out a shed ton of grain. And what I've been doing is I've been using this system here, which I've got set up with the GeForce 7 series, so the Warrior. I've got a 20,000 litre trailer attached to the back, and what I've been doing is emptying from the grain dryer into here, so 20,000 litres of dried grain, and then I've been moving it over into the silo over here and storing the dried grain off, and then taking obviously either wheat, barley or oats. Didn't do the rye in the end, but I did all the wheat, did all the barley that I had and all the oats, and it has left me with a serious amount of dried grain. And as you can tell, I've now got no more capacity. Unfortunately, I've got 137 litres of dried grain in the trailer that I can't get rid of. So all the wheat and barley and oats have completely been emptied, and the dried grain should be around 250,000 litres. That's how much of dried grain I've got in the silo, maxed out. And not just that, I've actually leased out two pieces of kit, the Iveco again, the VIII truck, and a 100,000 litre trailer, which is completely full, 105,000 litres, because I've already filled up this silo with the grain I was drying, so I had to empty it somewhere, and I've also put 42,000 litres in here. So we've got pretty much around 400,000 litres, just under, of this to sell. So this is going to be one hell of a payday, and I'm hoping by the end of this I can say that dried grain is definitely the way to go. So let's see the best place to sell it, because it's taken so long to do that. Unfortunately, the price is on the down, which isn't really that good. That's not what we want to see. Big bags and crates. Well, we're not going to be selling big bags and crates. It's only going to be here, the malt factory, and that is unfortunate. What I might actually do is skip until the next day and just see whereabouts it's at. Hopefully I won't regret doing that, but 2,053, I believe we can get better than that for that. I'm sure of it. It's still good money, but let's see if we can try and optimise that. So what I'll do is I'll just skip time a bit, and then we'll get to selling this. It should take 4 trips anyway. Luckily, I'm going to use Follow Me with the GeForce 9 series, but yeah, this is why I've leased out that, because if not, it would have took so many trips, and I think it's definitely a lot easier to get a big piece of kit like that. It is a mod, obviously. I don't think there's many trailers that you can get for 100,000, but I actually really like it as well. Top opens pretty slick. Really good mod. Right, so what I'll do then is I'll skip till tomorrow. Hopefully the animals will be okay. They might need a bit of water. I'll keep an eye on them. Pigs should be fine. I might just check on them as I'm skipping time, just to see if they do need anything. But I'll cut back in around hopefully 9 AM in the morning, and we'll see what the price is like. Right, so I've had a change of heart. I've been thinking about it. The price is only ever going to go down if it's on the down, then it's going to take time to come back up. So I'm just going to sell it at what it is now. It's still going to be a pretty good payday. So even though I think I can get up to around 2,400 maybe. I did see it at that, so we are not at the best, but it's just going to take so long, and it means I'm going to have to do all the animal work again, and I've been doing that quite a lot with me skipping time whilst the grain's been drying, and me doing so many round trips with that 20,000 litre trailer. It just makes sense now to try and crack on with this. So I'm going to try and do a Follow Me with that one, and then we can get that out of the way. So let's head up to the malt factory, which is where the price is. Now this trailer is heavily loaded. It really is, so we need to probably take our time. It's not going to tip or anything, it's just the fact that it's probably going to be a little bit unstable with it having 105,000 litres in the back. Just thought I'd try the horn out. 105,000 litres. This should be good money. We're talking £210,000. If I can do math, I'm going to guess that. follower D stopped. Oh, that is interesting. Maybe I was going a little bit too fast for him. Which is something that I didn't expect. Where's he gone? Come on, mate. You can follow us. Maybe it's because he's got 6 miles an hour set on that. That'll be why. So let's start that again. I mean, he's only got 42,000 to haul. Shouldn't take him too long to keep up with us. I think it has got something to do with the fact that it's had the cruise control set to 6 miles an hour, which is never a good thing. Right, so let's try this again. Control F. Should be good. Let's just see, go out of cab view just to get an idea of how she's keeping along. Much better. Now obviously this does go 52, so I will try and keep it down. And there isn't any traffic, so it really doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of the road. You can see that this is taking time to get up to speed, so I don't even think I'll hit the 52. I am actually dropping right now. Come on. You just see in the mirror that she's behind me, but she's catching up and then having to slow down. Now, I didn't try and get a more powerful truck just because I am leasing it out and I don't want it to cost too much money. And my money has dropped quite a bit because of the fact that I'm leasing out this. I think I've spent probably around 5,000 now on leased equipment in the last 2 episodes, so I do want to try and keep that as low as possible. But this will be worth it because the amount of income we get and the 4 trips that I have to do. I did get it second hand, at least, and I also give it a bit of fuel. It's already used quite a bit, and this was completely fueled up before we started this journey. I'm sure it was. Let's have a look at the weighbridge. This should be interesting. 97,000 kilograms. What's that? 9 point... No, point... I'm sure that's 9.7 ton, is it? I think so. Or it's 97 ton. I can't even think now. I think it is 97 ton actually. Right, so I'll have a look at this because it should come out at the back. Pretty straightforward. Luckily it doesn't tip up. I much prefer the conveyor belt ones. Now I am hoping that if I drive through, the person following me should automatically tip, but if not, it doesn't matter. You can always use auto drive, send it back, or we can even leave it here for a bit until we sort this grain out. But look at that money rolling up. We're already at 300,000. We're nearly there now, 5% left. And the final total is 215,000. Wow. We've got 4 loads nearly to do, so. Right, I think I went a little bit too far maybe. So let's just quickly sort this out. We'll do it manually. And I'll probably send it back on a bit of a drive. There we go. So this is extra income. We've got 250,000 litres left in, so we're only going to have to do another 3. But the last one, the last load to take will be a lot less, obviously, with us only taking 50,000. Even I'm hitting my own truck now. The turning on this, because it's such a powerful tractor, turning's not very good. It really isn't. Right, so let's do a bit of an auto drive. I'll send this back and then we'll come back and keep refilling, keep loading, keep taking to the sell point, and we want to try and do it as quick as possible because obviously the price is dropping. So if we just go back to P1, that'll be fine with me. And we need to scroll back over. There we go. Go cab view, and off we go. Now, it probably doesn't help that the maintenance is low on this, but I didn't want to repair it because, yeah, I am going to be obviously taking this back as soon as I've done these trips. I haven't got much with the Selfie Pro processed. I mean, it was the one thing that I neglected to do. I should have kept on top of that with me skipping through a few days. It would have helped me a lot by doing that, but I really wasn't on the ball with that. I was too focused on drying the grain. So what I'll probably do in this episode, I think, is a bit of the cheese, I think, after we've done this. And I'll also give you an update on the animals, because I've been quite busy with them. So let's just quickly sort this out while this is doing that. Dried grain we want. There we go. Yeah, so while this is filling up, I might just give you a bit of a tour of the animals, because it does take quite a while to fill up to 105,000 litres. So the cows in here are the 6 that were already in the pen. They've all grown up and I've transferred them over here, so we've got quite a lot now. I think we're 8 off the maximum. I think it can only hold 30. And there might be at 22 or 21. So I'm actually at 23 now, so I'm only 7 off. Got quite a lot of milk, 10,000 litres, bit of slurry, bit of manure, so we're doing well there. Pigs have maxed out. We need to take more of them. This is how many days of progress. I think I've actually progressed probably about 4, maybe 5 in-game days doing the grain drying. Feeds needs looking at as well. The breeding bulls haven't had anything, and haven't really had anything on the young bulls, but I've got some extras in here. These will go a lot quicker because of the fact that there's more of them. So overall, not too bad. Now I have taken some of the pigs from the farrowing pen over to the butchers for the suckling pig. Now I did get a notification saying again I couldn't fit any more pigs to pop in. I went in and had a look and had a few that were small, a few that were big, so it really didn't make sense again. But overall, it should be cleared off now. And the last time I looked, I had 2 big ones and a small one, so I'm hoping it's working again. But there is a bit of an issue there. They aren't all growing up. I think they get knocked by the big mama pig, and then when they do, they stop obviously growing and they just spawns in a new one. So that isn't ideal. Alright, so while we're in this, let's start refilling this. This is from the pigs at the moment. Because a few days have, like I said, progressed, so there's going to be quite a bit of slurry waiting for us, and I think we're up to 34,000 now, 35, and it's still going, which is pretty good. So you can see that the actual slurry holding area is getting all quite full. We have done so much in this map already, and I feel like there's still so much to do. Alright, so this person's obviously sitting there, but we'll just turn that off. We don't need him to worry about that now. I do need to clean out the manure up in the cows. I did sell the bobcat because it just was taking too long. So we need to make sure that we sell some pigs soon. I might actually take them for meat packs now that they're at 250 litres. It's a lot less handling. And it still seems like we're having a bit of an issue. That stopped at 26%. This one's a brand new one at 1. That stopped at 42. And luckily we got 200% ones. So we're going to have to take them down as well. We're going to have to pick up probably we're going to have to pick up the suckling pigs. Just thinking about that. I've still got them there. At the same time, I'll take a full trail load of these, because these have stopped reproducing now because they've got no more space. And so yeah, there is plenty to do, but while I'm quickly here, I'll just give some water to the ducks, because I did notice that was getting low. And again, look how much has gone on here. Let's clean these out. I did this. I've been manually handling these because I find it easier to do. And look how many boxes of eggs I've got. I have to take these over to the cooler storage, or the fridge room, whatever you're calling it, because I do want to try and fill that up. Still that is an aim of mine. So we'll be putting the suckling pigs in there. I've maxed it out with milk cartons. It was maxed out with meat packs, but that readjusted because of the fact that now 250 litres. So we can still put some more of them in. And it's the cheese really after that. Cheese and eggs. And as you can tell, we've got quite a few boxes of eggs now. So there is a few little things to be getting on with. I might have an episode where I do quite a lot of that, I think. But after we've done the grain, I think what I am going to do is just do some cheese, because I have been putting that off for a while. I even put milk into the holding area, and I think I've got probably an extra, probably 10,000 litres of each. And I think I might actually have about 10,000 litres of milk, and then 10,000 litres of goat's milk, so definitely got enough now to do quite a bit of cheese. So I'm probably going to get that done in this episode, or just at least some of them, so I'll show you how to do it. And if I do want to do some in between to fill up the actual cooling area, because before I end this series I am definitely going to fill up that fridge room, because I want to see what it looks like. But let's keep selling this, and we'll have hopefully around 800,000, and we already had 100,000, so we're going to be close to 1 million after this. You never know, we might be able to get something new and fancy on the farm. Just reminded me, driving past the actual abattoir, that the money did come in for the pigs, but it came in little chunks. So it was obviously processing through each pig that I took, and then you get paid for it. So it does pay, but it's not all instant at once. I've found that it's in little chunks, so it is difficult to see the total amount you're getting unless you tally it up or look in the menu after when it's done. Alright, so let's drop this off. Another 105,000 litres. I wonder if it's actually dropped much. So it has dropped a little bit. Maybe £10, £11, something like that. So the sooner we get this done, the better. But what I'm probably going to do is drive this back when this is sold, this load, and then we'll be on to the 3rd out of 4 loads that we need to do. While it's filling up, I might actually go and fill up the animal trailer with some pigs, take them down to the butchers, then we'll kind of do that in between. We have made about £1,000 less with the drop in £10, which isn't bad, really. It's still good money. It really is good money. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll try and do some bits and bobs in between doing this. I mean, I could always set up an auto drive, but I kind of like driving this. It's a bit different. Used to driving tractors. Right, so we're back. I do like the sound effects on this Fiat. It is a Fiat. I'm sure it is. Yeah, it is. I do like it. It's a proper old school lorry, it really is. Right, so let's go and probably get on the Deutz-Fahr. This one. Just quickly park this up out the way so it's not kind of blocking the route as much, because we are going to need to get access to that area to pick up the pigs. There's fine, just drop it there. And then we'll go and get this. Now I have parked it in a place I remembered this time, which is my normal place. I am thinking of buying maybe some kind of equipment to clean up that, because that is just getting insane. Luckily it doesn't on seasons have an impact on the amount that the cows are producing when it comes to milk. And actually soon we might have to start thinking about selling some milk, because we definitely don't need this much, I don't think, anyway, with the cheese. We should have plenty for the cheese now. Then again, I do want to make quite a bit. But I do want to move over to the vegetables and the breeding pigs. See all the stuff we've got on offer. I don't know if there's much else after that. There probably is, and I'm probably missing bits. There's a honey, but I have done that before, but I will show it off again. There's obviously the wine, all that kind of stuff. Definitely need to do that. Do need to make some bread, but last time I made bread, I have to say, where am I going? Completely just drove off to that silo thinking I'd be filling it up with the dried grain. That's how much I'm on that. Completely on autopilot. Anyway. Yeah, but what I was saying about the bread, I really didn't enjoy doing the bread last time. The oven was such a pain. So I'm hoping that's been improved. But I will try again, just to persevere with it, and we'll see if it is any better. And it really didn't give much money, and it really didn't. So that was difficult in itself because of the fact that it just didn't turn over much at all. But I will do it and show off the bread, and also show off the honey. The honey isn't actually bad income. It's not too bad at all. It's just quite a bit of work, and the buckets again are small, 50 litres, which is probably about right, but the money itself is also good. I do need to also pick up that straw, put it into compost pit, because that again will be some good money. So I might do that in between episodes. At least get that rotting away in the compost pit. There is so much to do. At some point I might have to start selling some of the areas that I've got so I can focus on the other things. Well, I kind of want to keep the breeding bulls and the young bulls, sorry, because I want to see how much money that eventually gives me, because I'm expecting some pretty good income from them. They should give me more meat packs if we do take them that route, and like I said, I don't mind doing that now as much because of the fact that the handling is a lot less than what it was. Right, so let's try and reverse this in. This is going to be a test of my skills now on a steering wheel, see if I've got any better. Now, hoping that I have actually improved a bit. I'm already a bit wide, but I still have time to change that. There we go. Not perfect, I'll be honest, but better than what it was. At least I'm turning in the right direction this time. There we go. Probably about right there. Right, so let's drop 12 off, and he'll get processing through these. You can see that suckling pigs are here. It's only 9% that one. And then he's obviously going to be working his socks off, getting through 3,000 litres of pigs, fresh meat. Right, so let's send that back on an auto drive. Just try and make things a little bit easier. P1 should be fine again. And quickly what I'm going to just do is bring back the suckling pigs. I am definitely getting sidetracked from doing the dried grain, but I really want to try and get through all this. I know I've got so much to do, and I'm forgetting bits and moving over to different things, and I don't want to forget these pigs again, so let's drop them in there. I don't even know if it's right to put these pigs in that like that. I keep feeling like I'm clipping them. It's crazy. It really is crazy. Hof Bergmann, such a brilliant map. Offering suckling pigs like this is just mental. This is all good money, but again, I'm not selling them because I want to fill that place up. There we go. So let's take this over to, I think it might be actually marked on the map. Let's just quickly check that out. I'm sure it is. So we could take it to the milk tank. There we go. Take that off and that'll be a cheese factory. That's where we need to take it. So let's take it to the cheese factory. Now I'm hoping that that will be under productions. Oop, wrong one. There we go, cheese factory. So I think after this there's only going to be 50,000 litres left. Or around 50,000 litres, maybe a bit less than that, actually. I'm probably going to lose another 1,000 now. I imagine the price has gone down by probably another £10, maybe a bit more. So looking at the time, I imagine that the price would have dropped quite a bit by the next day, so I'm glad I didn't wait that out, because then I'd probably need to wait another couple of days for it to come back up, which would have put me behind even more with the animals and all the other things that I want to get done. So it has dropped again to 37, so it's around an extra £10 it's dropping each time. But as you can tell, still some really good money. I'm hoping to be around maybe 850,000 by the end of this. We've just got under 40,000 litres left. It's another 213,000 in the bank account, so seriously good money. Definitely the way to go, dried grain. If you're doing harvesting, I recommend doing some wheat, barley, or oats, or rye, and getting it dried out. Makes the process a lot longer and a little bit more manual. You have to get hands-on with it, but I think it's improved the actual arable side of it by doing that, in all honesty. There wasn't too much involved. There's a lot of carting, but to and from the silo, yeah, but it really worked out. I mean, it doubles your money. If you're selling wheat for 1,000 and you're now selling it for 2,000, I think it's worth it. And if you're doing biogas anyway, you can even make your own canisters as a byproduct, technically, to selling it at the fuel station if you're doing it that way, or selling it direct to the gas network, which if you're selling it direct to the gas network, you're probably not going to be making the canisters anyway, so because you do need that trailer to transfer it over to the gas man, let's call him. So again, really good side projects going on this map. I'm always seeing that message, always seeing it. Definitely an issue there when it comes to the calves. I think that's why I haven't put the rest of them in calving, because they're already producing too many calves in my opinion, but I guess it's something that can't be helped. It's such a new feature to FS19. There's obviously going to be some script issues there that can't be helped. Right, so the last 40,000 on the last trip, and then we'll be completely done, and I'll have a look at the total yields. And then I think I'll cut back in when I've sold the last one, so I can show you exactly how much I've got. And then we'll crack on with some cheese. Right, so there we go. We're at 938,000. Got a shed ton of money. That really has paid off. So first things first, let's return the two leased items that we don't need now. That one. There we go. And let's just have a quick look at the actual amount of money we've just made from harvest. Right, so as you can see, we just made 813,000 from selling all that dried grain. So definitely can recommend dried grain. It is a real cash earner. So if you're on this map and you're working hard and you want to earn some serious money, dry your grain out. Alright, so I've quickly just jumped over to the biogas area with the pit. All this stuff is still in here, it's a crazy amount. And I am picking up slowly back into the digester. I think that's what it's called. And it is picking some up anyway, so hopefully we just go quickly check this out. This is stopped? I don't know. Shouldn't be. Let's just figure out what's going on here. There we go, it is taking. We just need to level that back up probably a bit. There we go. You can see that it was dropping down, so that's good. So let's just quickly check around here. This is feeding that, and that is going up, thankfully, because I do need to fill this back up. We have got some more in here. You can see they've got 23,000. I think it's meters cubed as well, so we've got 23,000 meters cubed, and you can see that it's filling up into the digester. I've got a hell of a lot of digestate as well. So yeah, we'll leave that going and we'll get back over to the cooling area and we'll sort this cheese out. So, stuck in between the gator, there we go. So we are in the van. I have got some suckling pigs in the back, did eventually get here. So let's go put these into storage. Now luckily this van is refrigerated. Or else it wouldn't be a good idea to probably keep these just in the back of a van. So let's throw these over there. Carefully, obviously. As crazy as this is, let's be honest, this is pretty crazy. And then we'll just hopefully stack them up. We'll get the meat packs in a bit. But yeah, we've got quite a bit of room for stuff now. Need to start filling this up as soon as possible, really. Let's just see if we can open the Other side. There we go, makes things a lot easier. Ooh, we don't want to drop one on the floor, which we've just done. No one saw anything. No one saw a thing. There we go. And the last one is there. So we've got 8 in here now. Loads of milk. Like I said, I stacked up a shed ton of milk. I really did. So let's shut the van. I think I've beached it. I have completely beached it, as you do. What am I like? Let's just put super strength on. Get this sorted out. There we go. Superman mode. There we go. Alright, so let's we want to send this back to the butchers. So we need, I think it's dealers. Yep, butcher's shop. Off you go. There we go. It'll get there. So let's shut this up and let's get cracking with some milk. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just spawn in some of the enzyme that we're going to need for this. And I'll show you where you can store it off. Probably want to do that a little bit closer. There we go. So if we go into objects, go into consumer goods, you'll see that there's Nature Lab. And what it states is liquid lab extract is a natural product and is required for cheese production due to the variety of enzymes it contains. Natural rennet is an indispensable component of the high quality cheese. So I'm going to buy probably about 5 of these. I think it'll be plenty. Yeah, that should be fine. So what we need to do is there's a shelf up here and you can just place them and they'll just pop in. So you can buy, like I am, a few of them. You won't use much. I think it's like 10% of what you put in. So I'll show you in a second. There is a couple of ways of putting it in. I've tried to back up the gator to do the milk, just to try and find a quicker way. But I'm going to show you what you're supposed to do, I think, which is fill up buckets or milk cartons, but we're going to be doing it in buckets. We're going to try and fill up both the mixers, one for goat's cheese and one for cow cheese. Or, as you normally should call it, just cheese. But let's go with it, cow cheese. So menu will pop up, it'll tell you need some enzyme, some lab enzymes, and then you'll need milk, and then you'll get, eventually over time, 7 loaves of cheese. So that they'll stack up on this side, and the same for this, which is for the goat's cheese as well. So what we need to do first is get the enzyme in. So if we go over to here, we can get one to drop out, which is just there. And then that's now gone in, so that's 48 litres have gone into that. And it drops another 10% into that, so now it's 80%. So each time, I think I might have just dropped it straight into the vat. I think it's a vat. Let's hope we can get it out. There we go. So we'll put that back up there. So now we need to get some milk. So if you remember in an episode previously, I put some normal milk in here from the cows and some goat's milk in here. You can see the little symbol there, milk, with the little goat on it, and this is just a milk canister. So it does show you which one's which. So we need to put pretty much quite a bit of this milk. We really do, and it only holds 100. It's probably another thing that you could edit and make your life a lot easier, but I think this is probably where it should be. So if you're going to do it this way, which is the right way to do it, you really do need to get this milk in there. So we just drop it off, you'll get to see that I'm at 10%. So it needs quite a bit. Now you can get an IBC with milk in, pick it up and place it over it, or you can also back the gator in here. I'd probably recommend getting an IBC and then getting one of them small forklift mods, because I think that would just do the trick anyway. So, but right now we're just going to do it this way. Same, you can't get it pumped in somehow. But this is probably the correct method. And I'd recommend filling it up, because then you get the maximum amount. You don't have to keep waiting for it to process. And then obviously adding bits in at a time. You may as well just do a full vat's worth of the cheese on each type of cheese. So on the cows and the goats. And then at least you know you've got 7 coming out. I mean, it does take some time. There isn't a timer on this. It's a process that's a bit like the grain drying. It just takes a certain amount of time. Try not to throw your bucket. And you can see that it's slowly starting to fill up. Slowly. So I'll continue. I'll get this filled up with the normal milk, and then I'll cut back in when it's full, and we'll set it going, and I'll show you what's going to happen. Right, so it's now full, and you can see that the capacity is 1,750, and then you've got the 48 litres of the enzyme. Now, right, so all you need to do now is get the trigger where it says turn on cheese production, which is that one for me, and now it'll just keep processing. So over time you'll see that 7 loaves from this full amount is going to appear on this side of the bench. So what you need to pretty much do now is the exact same, but with goat's milk. Now, fortunately, it left 50ml left in the bucket, so what I'm going to do is just quickly buy another bucket. So that'll be in miscellaneous, and you've got buckets here, 100 litres. In fact, it looks like the milk holds 120, so it might be a little bit easier to use a milk can. Yeah, it would be good actually if you could have a bigger bucket or something. You can, like I said, you can use the IBCs, but I'm going to try and do it this way because this is the way it was intended to do. So let's try and get this to spawn in there. It seemed very easy with the bucket. Looks like the trigger's a little bit more forward for this one. And then again, place it on top and it's dropped it in. Yeah, it is a little bit more just outside the trigger, what you'd expect. For me anyway. I don't know if it'll be the same for you in game, but it is for me. So again, what I'll do is I'll keep filling this up until it's full, and then I'll cut back in. Right, so it's now full up, and as you can see, it holds less than what the normal cheese holds. This is 1750, so 1750, whereas this one is 1050, so it's actually a lot easier to do. And again, all you need to do is just set it going like so, and then you leave them, and then what you'll notice is the cheese from here will appear there, and the goat's cheese will start appearing here. So again, what I'll probably do is bypass a bit of time. That's quieter, but you probably should have that on. And you can store on the shelves over here, I believe. You've got some storage, so you can see that you can hold 24 cheese loaves in here, and 24 goat's cheese loaves in here as well. So there is some extra storage if you wanted to max this out. Probably be good to see, in all fairness, that maxed out with cheese in this. But God, it's going to be some serious work. In fact, if you did get an IBC, it probably won't be as bad. Just a blank IBC like this has got vegetable oil in, but you can buy the blank ones, bring it in here, put one next to here, and put one next to here, and then pick it up with the forklift just above. Bob's your uncle. Right, so again, I'll fast forward time until we've processed a bit of cheese. I'll keep an eye on the animals as well. I'm hoping these should be alright. Maybe need a bit of water there, but I think they'll be fine. A bit of food. Everything seems okay, so I will progress a bit of time, and then I'll cut back in when we've got a bit of cheese. Right, so it's now 8:25. Quite a bit of time has gone past, and you can see that we're still quite into this. 70% left in there, and about 70% the same over here. So what I do like though about this is, as it's being processed, you can see this is the finished load of cheese, which is a massive block of cheese, that is. And it's 250 litres of each one, but as it's being processed, this is actually growing in size, so the volume and also the animation of what's happening is, so it's not finished. You can see that it's being packed and then obviously put into the I'd say it's like a cheese mould, and then over time you'll see it start off as something small, and then compared to the finished article, you can see there's a big difference as it's obviously going through its stages, which is pretty cool. It really is. And the same for the goat cheese. You can see that it's got a nice picture on it, bit of a goat just sitting there loving life. Premium quality, I imagine that's saying. And then you can see that 150 litres of goat's cheese, not quite as big. And again, this is here. So if I just speed up a bit of time, maybe about 120, you might be able to see. You can see it's now popped out the mould, and now it's got the finished bit on, but it's not fully labelled yet. So it's at 84. It's now at 108. And again, with that one, they're kind of like in sync, so it's not labelled. And at some point, this will just, you'll see it becomes labelled and it's finished. We'll just wait it out because it's not going to take too long. 72%. Really close now, 230 litres waiting for the 20, and there you go. So it's finished, got the label on it, and this one's starting off. So you can see how it does go through the stages, which is pretty cool. It really is. So what I'll do is I'm going to sell one of each so we can give an idea of the price, and then I'm going to store the other ones away in there, and I will store one of them in here just to show you what it looks like as well. So let's speed up time to the morning. You can see that no space to place a new cow, basically. Really annoying. Really is. So we want the shop to open anyway. So we probably want it to be about maybe 9 o'clock. Just hoping my animals are surviving. Fingers crossed. They're alright, bit of water. Yeah, they definitely need sorting out, but they are fine. So let's place one of these in the storage. You can see that's where that goes. And we'll do the same over here. I imagine, there you go. So it spawned over there. And then what we want to do is, let's put them in the back of this. Should be fine. We can put strapping on it. So hopefully I can just stack them up. It might be a little bit too much to ask, but we'll give it a go anyway. We're only going to sell one. So what I'll do, in fact, a bit of dented cheese. So one cow cheese, or just cheese, in the back of there, and we'll put one goat's cheese in the back of there. Job done. So let's just move this round. I mean, I could walk it over there, but do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to back it in like a lazy person, just to show you that you could back in the gator if you wanted to with the tanker on. It'd be better if this was electric, but you know, should be fine. Let's just quickly throw these in here. I mean, I do like these production features, but the only thing you've got to remember is everything is in small quantities. So all this work you're doing to get the milk, bring it over here, get the enzyme, fill up the vats with the required amount of milk that you've got, and then obviously wait it out, then transfer it, take it somewhere, eventually sell it. You'll notice that even though it's probably a pretty good price in total when you've got quite a lot of it, but to get to the point where you've got a lot, to make a good amount of money, it just takes such a long time to do. A lot of manual handling involved. So keep that in mind if you're thinking of doing some serious amount of cheese, which I am actually doing because I do want to fill up the cooler area. So, but there we go. And we could really make quite a lot of cheese on toast if we wanted to. Alright, so let's just pull this up here, and then we're going to put all these in storage now. This should be easy because we can just throw them in. And I imagine they're going to store over here, which they do, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, if you got quite a lot of these, this would be pretty sweet. The easiest thing to get out with the sides on the trailer. That one didn't spawn in, it needs to be further down, but if we just lob them in, not the prettiest thing to do, but you know, doesn't have to be pretty. Just get them in there and we can get them spawned in as long as they're in there. Right, so this is what it looks like when it's got some in. You can see that I've stacked pretty much 5 in here and another 5 in here, so it is starting to take shape. You can see what everything will probably look like when we've got everything. Eggs on that side, meat boxes here, suckling pigs, milk cans, cow cheese, or just cheese, and then goat's cheese just there. So pretty cool, really is. So let's just close that, and then what I'm going to do is drop this trailer off here and have a quick drive to the best place to sell cheese and goat's cheese right now. So let's have a quick look in the menu and we can have an idea of where to go. So we've got, that's goat's milk. Best place to take these are pretty much the family areas. Now, you've got one that's sitting at 2,100 there, so I think we're going to have to take it there. So villager's name, family Schroeder. Is it Schroeder? I'm just going to say Schroeder. Now, if we zoom out and go down here, you can see the Schroeder, which is that one, is number 6, which is just there. So let's get ourselves driving over there and we can get this sold. I'll give you a good idea of how much it does actually bring in. Right, so it's the first house on the left after the barrel man. So there's the barrel man. So I'm guessing it's that house over there. So I'm guessing the easiest way to get into there would be just over here. There we go. And we can see by the mailbox, or usually the mailbox, but I think it's actually on the door, or the gate. You can see it says Schroeder. So, who ordered cheese? Anybody? Now, they do have a place where you drop this kind of stuff in. There it is. There we go. So, I got £546 for that one loaf of cow cheese. I keep thinking I can shut that door, but I can't. So, let's strap this back up. Let's have a look in the menu again for this one. Wrong one. There we go. And 2,600 at the inn, which is pretty good. So the inn is just, I think the inn is there. That's not too far away again. It's pretty good going. Let's reverse out of here. So as you can see, it's not actually that bad compared to bread and some other small things you can do. It's not too bad at all. It really isn't. The church likes wine. I've picked that up. The priest does like getting drunk. So we don't want to go there. We want to go, I think it's this side. I probably shouldn't park here, but hey ho. Ooh, there we go. So let's get this goat cheese, because he's obviously, they really want to make some money from this. Where's the sell point gone? It's definitely somewhere. There you go. It's pinged in here, so it's over here. And as you can see, we got £404 from that. But then again, even though we got more money in total per 1,000 litres, it is less yield. So overall, pretty good going. Made just under £1,000 from that. So you can't really complain. I think what I'll quickly just do is I'm going to drive over to the BGA, take the shortcut down here. We'll have a look if it's filled up. I'll set it going. I think I can just about get under there. I did. Right, so it only got to 6,000. Why is that? That doesn't make much sense, does it? It really doesn't. So obviously it's not picking up from this side, I imagine. It's a bit temperamental, this is. It really is. At some point we're going to max out here as well. So it is picking up now. You can see that it's taking from it. Might have to get another conveyor belt at some point. And it is eventually filling this up. So I'll wait for this to get 50,000. I'll set it going. But I think on that note, I am going to leave the video there. It's definitely been a productive one. We've made a shed ton of money from drying grain. So definitely think about doing that if you're on this map. And also we've done a bit of cheese. Both types, goat's cheese and normal cheese. So yeah, definitely a productive episode. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.